we'll be discussing the first question now. First question, part 2. Martha pays an installment. The cash price of the car is $13,000. So the price of the car is $13,000. Martha pays in installments for this car. Martha pays a deposit of 15%. So at first she pays 15% of deposit. She then pays 24 months installments for $500. So for 24 months she pays $500. For 24 months she pays $500. So calculate the total amount Martha pays for the car. So we'll first calculate the deposited value. $13,000 into 15% is 15 divided by 100. Two zeros will get cancelled. So when you multiply 130 by 15, 1950. This is the value she deposited at first. Then we'll calculate the installments. So 24 into $500. That would be $12,000. That is $12,000. So the total is now the installments and the deposited value. So the total is $12,000 plus the deposited value, which is equal to 13,950. This is the final answer, 13,950. Part B. The price of a phone is reduced by 12% in a sale. The sale price of the phone is $286. Calculate the price of the phone before the sale. So, part B. Now, in a sale, the phone is reduced by 12%. So, we'll take the original price of the phone as 100%. Original manufacturing cost is 100%. But in the sale, it's reduced by 12%. So 100 minus 12 is 88%. This is the sale price. This is the original price. So at the sale price, they have given the sale price as 286. And they are asking us to calculate the price before the sale. So the original price, X dollars. So we cross multiply. We cross multiply and get the answer for X. 88% into X. 88% into X equals 100% into 286. 100% into $286. So percentage mark and percentage mark will get cancelled. Divide both sides by 88. So this 88 and this 88 will get cancelled. X is equal to, when you simplify this, you will get the answer as $325. You are getting the original price as $325. Part C. The exchange rate between dollars and pounds is 0.71. $1 equals 0.71 pounds. The exchange rate between euros and pounds $0.87. Now, especially in this currency lesson, there is a small thing to be kept in mind. I'll write here. So, if x equals y, and if x equals z, x equals y, x equals z. So, these are the two relationships they have given. So, we can build a new relationship from our own as y equal z. Y equal z. This you should keep in mind. You should apply this here now. So, calculate the exchange rate between dollars and euros. So, what they need is dollars to euros. What they need is dollars to euros. So, for $1, how many euros? For $1, how many euros? Give your answer to two decimal places. Now, before forming something like this, we should make the dollars equal, the pounds equal at both sides. We should make pounds equal at both sides. So the best thing to do is, for £1, get the number of dollars. For £1 here, get the number of euros. So we'll do, this is our first relationship. First one. For $1 equals 0.71 pounds. So for £1, how many number of dollars? We'll take it as x and then cross multiply. One x into 0.71, x into 0.71 equals 1 into 1. 1 into 1. Divide both sides by 0.71. So you're getting this and this will get cancelled. Leave your answer for the moment in fraction form so that you will be getting an accurate answer. 1 divided by 0.71, and this is in dollars. This is in dollars. This is in dollars. So we formed a new relationship as 1 over 0.71 dollars equals 1 pound. Then, for 1 pound, how many euros? We'll take this as number 2. So, for 1 pound, this much number of pound. We'll put x number of euros. So, close multiply. You're getting x into 0.87, x into 0.87 equals 1 into 1. 1 into 1. Divide both sides by 0.87. Leave this also in fraction form. So you are getting the answer as 1 over 0.87 euros. You are getting the answer as 1 over 0.87 euros. So we built a new relationship. For 1 pound, this much number of euros. 1 over 0.87 equals to 1 pound. See, now we have made the 1 and 1 equal, pounds equal. So now we can equate the dollars and euros. So now we can equate dollars and euros. So 1 over 0.71 dollars is equal to 1 divided by 0.87 euros. So this is the new relationship we formed. But what they need is for $1 the number of euros. So we can put 1 here, we can put $1 here and get the number of euros by cross multiplying. So cross multiply x into 1 divided by 0.71 equals 1 into 0.87, 1 over 0.87. You can cross multiply this side, straight away put it in the cal, equals 0.71 divided by 0.87. Your final answer is 0.82. This is euros. Write it here, euros. So we formed a new last relationship for $1 and euros. So the final answer is $1 equals 0.82 euros. So this is our final answer. So part D. Samuel invests $1,500 in an account paying 1.9 per year compound interest. So Samuel, compound interest, his p value is, now compound interest you should know the formula, 1,500 and the rate is 1.9 per year. Rate is 1.9%. Then Nina invests $1,500 in an account paying 1.9% per year simple interest. So Nina, simple interest, she invests $1,500 for the rate of same rate 1.9%. Now the difference is compound interest and simple interest in the same question. So they each leave the money in the account for 5 years. So what is the t here? T equals 5 and here as well t is equal to 5. T is equal to 5. At the end of 5 years, how much more money does Samuel have in his account than Nina has in hers? So first we'll calculate. Compound interest formula is, now compound interest gives the total. Keep that in mind, it gives the total. The value you invested plus the interest value. Total equals P 100 plus R divided by 100 to the power n, to the power t. Now simple interest just give the interest value. So interest value only, I equals P R T divided by 100. So first we'll substitute the values now. 1,500 100 plus R is 1.9 divided by 100 to the power 5. So you are getting the total as 1648.02. 1648.02 already dollar symbol here, dollars. So at the end Samuel is having in his account this much as the total. So now we'll calculate for Nina. P value is 1500 into R is 1.9 into T is 5, whole thing divided by 100. This 0 and these two zeros and these two zeros will get cancelled. So you get the final answer as 142.5. $142.5. $142.5. Now this is just the interest value. So to calculate the total, you should add the invested value plus the interest value. So 1500 plus 142.5, which is equal to 1642.5. $1642.5. So at the end, Nina is having 1642.5, and Samuel is having 1648.02. So we'll calculate the difference. The question is, how much money does Samuel have in his account and Nina has in hers? So this minus the total value of Nina, Samuel's total minus Nina's total. 1648.02 minus 1642.5. So when you subtract that, you're getting the answer as $5.52. $5.52. So the second question. Part A. The graph. So this is the table. Roman numeral 1. On the grid, draw a cumulative frequency diagram to represent this information. So we'll draw the graph now. So we have the graph here. So now to mark the points. These are cumulative frequency graph and versus time. So what they have given us is frequency and time. Now cumulative frequency is basically adding them as you move along. As you go along, adding them. That is meant by cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency, I'll write as CF, is, now nothing to add here, it's just 10. But look at this place, it's 10 plus 20, 10 plus 20, which makes it 30. So until the 60th time period, there are 30 frequencies. That is basically meant by cumulative frequency. Then 30 plus 34. 30 plus 34, which is 64. Then 64 plus 12. 64 plus 12 is 76. And 76 plus 4. 76 plus 4 is 80. See, as they told in the question, there are 80 students. 80 students. 80 students. So the total is 80. Now we'll plot the values. Until the 40th point, until the 40th time, there are 10 frequencies. There are 10. And until 60th time period, there are 30. 30 until the 60th time. And until 80th time period, there are 64. And until 100th time period, there are 76 frequencies. 76 frequencies. And until 120th time period, there are 80 frequencies. So 80. Our starting place is 20, this place. So from that point start the graph. From that point start the graph. You should get the curve exactly like this. This was 2a Roman numeral 1. Then Roman numeral 2. Roman numeral 2. The median, use your diagram to estimate the median. They ask the median. Now median is calculated. Basically median is half of the total value. So the total value is 80. 80 is, without telling half, we can tell the middle term. That is a best way to explain the middle term. So the 40th term. 40th term. 40th term is somewhere around 66. Is somewhere around 66. So the median is 66. Then we have the interquartile range. Now this graph can be separated into 4 segments. Like first quartile, second quartile, third quartile and fourth quartile. First quartile is 25% of the total frequency. 25% of the total 80. Then second quartile is 50% of the total 80. Third quartile is 75% of the total 80. And fourth quartile is the fourth quartile is the total 100% of the 80. Interquartile range is third quartile minus the first quartile. That is interquartile range. That is interquartile range. So to get the 75%, 25%, that is Q1, first quartile, we have to multiply 80 by 25. 80, so this is Q1, 80 into 25% is 1 over 4. So the answer is 20th position. 20th position. So what is the 20th position from the graph? Somewhere around 50. That is the 50 is the quartile, first quartile. Then we'll find Q3. Q3 is 75% of the total 80. That is 3 over 4. 20 20 into 3 is 60th position. 60th position. So 60th position. Sixtieth position is 78. So Q1 is 50, Q3 is 78. 78. Now to find the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So 78 minus Q1 is 50 minus 50 equals 28. So the interquartile range is 28. So part B, second question part B. A group of 160 adults each completed the same task. The table shows the number of errors made by each of these adults. So the table. So this is the table, number of errors and frequency. Calculate the mean. Now when calculating the mean, you should multiply the number of errors into the frequency and divide it by the total frequency. That is how to calculate the mean when a table like this is given. So we'll first multiply 0 into 24. Mean equals number of errors made into frequency is 0 into 24, the first one, plus the second one is 1 into 30, plus the second one is 2 into 50, plus third one is 3 into 32, plus the fifth one is 5 into 8, plus 5 into 8. Divide the whole thing by the total frequency is 160. Addition of everything is 160. So now simplify this. Straight away put it in the calculator, you put in brackets, and you are getting the answer as 2.063. 2.063. Roman numeral 2. One of the adults is selected at random. Find the probability that this adult made more than 3 errors. Now the total is 160. The total is 160. What they ask is the probability. Now out of the total, how many made more than 3 mistakes? Not 3, not less than 3, more than 3. So the frequency of more than 3 is 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8. By 3, 32 had made 3 mistakes. So 16 had made 4 mistakes and 8 had made 5 mistakes. So more than 3 is 4 mistakes and 5 mistakes. So the number of people which had made those mistakes are 16 and 8. 16 and 8. 16 plus 8 is 24 divided by 160. You can leave the answer like this, so simplify it. Doesn't matter. So Roman numeral 3. 2 of the adults are selected at random. Find the probability that they each made exactly 1 error. So the number of adults who had made 1 error is 30. In the group there are 160 members and there are 30 of them who had made 1 error. So first adult. The probability is 30 over 160. Then the second adult, continuously they have been picked. Second adult, from 30, one is being removed, and from 160 also one is being removed. It's like this. When from the total gang, when one is being removed out, this becomes 159. When one is removed out. So, and it is from this group which have made number of errors 1. So 29 when one is removed and 159 is the probability. Since they are being taken continuously, one after the other, you should multiply. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. So when you simplify, you are getting the answer as 29 divided by 848. This is your final probability. So we are in the third question now. Part A, complete the table for y equals, now the equation what they have given is y equals x divided by 4 plus 2 divided by x. This is the equation they have given. The values of y are given correct to 2 decimal places where appropriate. Now draw the table. Wait, I'll first draw the table. So this is part A. And now in this table there is one empty blank. We should fill that. They have given 1 mark for that. So we'll substitute the x value to this equation and obtain the y value. So y equals x divided by 4 plus 2 divided by x is the equation. X is 7. And we should get the corresponding y value. 7 divided by 4 plus 2 divided by x is 7. So the answer is asking for 2 decimal places. So the answer is 2.04. 2.04. Now next question. Part B, on the grid, draw the graph of y equals, draw this graph from 0.5 to 7. So this is the graph. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So we have the points. Now we should mark the points. So part B will mark the first point, 0.5 on the x-axis and 4.13 on the y-axis. 0.5 on the x-axis and 4.13 on the y-axis, somewhere here. Then 1 on the x-axis, y on 2.25. So 2 is here, 2.25 is 4.13. For 1, 2.25. Somewhere here. Then for 1.5, 1.71. 1.5, 1.71. And then for 2, 1.5. For 2 is 1.5. And for 3 is 1.42. For 3 is 1.42. Somewhere here. And for 4 is 1.5. Again 1.5 for 4. And for 5 is 1.65. For 5 is 1.65. Somewhere here. for 6, it's 1.83, somewhere here. Since you have the graph, you could draw it accurately. And for 7, it's 2.04. 2.04 is somewhere here. Now then you can draw the graph. I'll use red color to draw the graph. Starting from this point. Now I can't draw the graph accurately, but you should draw it using a smooth pencil. One shot you should draw it and finish it. The shape of the graph should be something like this. So that is part B. Now they are giving 3 marks. So for 3 marks, so it is mainly for drawing the graph smoothly. Now see, this is not smooth. Since I am using the marker, this is not smooth, but you can draw it smoothly. So the next question is part C. Part C, by drawing a tangent. Estimate the gradient of this graph when x equals 1. C is tangent at x equals 1. X equals 1. So at x equals 1, this is the x equals 1 question. I'll draw the tangent. Using a ruler, draw the tangent. You should draw it exactly one straight line. So the points I got in the tangent is, I got this point as this point as so what we should find is the gradient at x equals 1 gradient. So at this point it's 1.7 comma 1.1. That is the value I got. Your values can be different. 1.7 comma 1.1. This is the value I got at this place on the tangent. And at this place of the tangent, I got as 0.5 comma 3. So now I have 2 points. I have 2 points as 0.5 comma 3 and 1.7 comma 1.1. 1.7 comma 1.1. So we'll calculate the tangent now. Now if it is confusing, first mark this as x1, y1 and this as x2, y2. So the tangent equation is m equals gradient, tangent gradient, not the equation, tangent gradient is y1 minus y2 whole thing divided by x1 minus x2. So y1 is now 5, y1 is 3, y1 is 3 minus y2 is 1.1 whole thing divided by x1 is 0.5, x1 is 0.5 minus x2 is 1.7. So straight away put it in the calculator. Straight away put it in the calculator and get the answer as. Now see, this is having a negative gradient because if the gradient is positive, it's coming like this. It's going upwards. But if the gradient is negative, it's going downwards. This is the symbol it's having. Here m is plus, m equals minus. So here see, this we should get the magnitude a minus value. So we are getting the answer as minus 1.58. This is our gradient of the tangent at x equals 1. Minus 1.58. Moving on to part D. Roman numeral 1. On the grid, draw the graph of 2y plus x equals 6. So we should plot this graph on the graph. So before all, draw this line on this graph. So before everything, we'll draw a table with x and y. X and y will draw a table. Now 2 points are more than enough. For 0, we'll take for 0 and somewhere around 4. 2 points are more than enough, the x values. So for 0 and 4. Now to get the corresponding value of 0, x equals 0 for y, we'll substitute x equals 0 here. So x equals 0, 2y plus 0 is x, plus x is 0, so equals 6. So divide both sides by 2, you are getting y as 3. So when x equals 0, y is equal to 3. Similarly, for x equals 4, x equals 4, 2y, for x substitute 4, plus 4 equals 6. Take plus 4 this side, it becomes minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So you are getting 2y equals 2. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. You are getting y as 1. You are getting y as 1. So when x equals 4, y value is 1. Now you can plot it on the graph. When x equals 0, y is equal to 3. When x equals 0, now this is the 2y plus x equals 6 line. So when x equals 0, y is equal to 3. When x equals 4, y is equal to 1. Now you can draw the graph. It's a straight line. Keep in mind it's a straight line. Make sure you use the rule and draw a straight line. My line is not straight since I'm using the free hand. So then, now looking at this equation, you should be able to determine whether it is a curve or a straight line. Now see, this equation is in the form of y equals mx plus c. This is the equation of a straight line. So this line is in the form of this. So this line, this equation is a straight line. So moving on to part B, Roman numeral 2. They ask, write down the x-coordinate of the points of intersection of the graphs of, so these two graphs, the intersection points. So these are the intersection points. This and this. So the two intersecting points of the graphs are, now this black line is the tangent, keep in mind, that is not required here. That is the tangent. So this x value and this x value is what in. So this x value I'm getting as 3.2. I'm getting as 3.2 and this x value I'm getting as 0.9. So what are my two x values? The cutting points are 0.9 and 3.2. If you get close answers, no need to be accurate. If you get close answers, it's correct. Part D, Roman numeral 3. Now this just clearly understand. So you have the two graphs. First graph is 3. First graph, what I do for the red line is y equals x divided by 4 plus 2 divided by x. Then there is a second line which I drew the straight line, that is 2y plus x equals to 6. So now they are telling these x coordinates are the solutions of the equation. So they have given an equation 3x square plus ax plus b equals to 0. They are telling us to get the values of a and b using these two equations. Use the two equations to find the values of a and b. So we should form this by using these two equations. Now you can see in this equation there are no y terms. So what is the best method to eliminate y terms? We'll equate both y terms. We'll substitute the y term here and then we'll equate it. First we'll substitute. Make y the subject. 6 minus x, take x to this side, it becomes 6 minus x equals 2y. Divide both sides by 2. So you are getting this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So you are getting y equals 6 minus x divided by 2. 6 minus x divided by 2. So we subjected the y. So we subjected y here. So now we can equate y to y of both the equations to eliminate y. We can equate y to y to eliminate y and have only x terms. Because see, the equation we should get contains only x terms. So we'll equate x divided by 4 plus 2 divided by x equals this 6 minus x divided by 2. So now we formed the equation. Now there are no y terms. Now to remove these denominators, now this contains 4, x and 2. To remove this denominator, we'll multiply from the LCM of 4x and 2. What is LCM? It's 4x. 4x is the LCM. 4x. So multiply the whole equation by 4x. X over 4 into 4x is 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So plus 2 divided by x into 4x is x and x will get cancelled equals 6 minus x whole thing divided by 2 into 4x. So 2 will get cancelled and 2 is remaining. So now you are remaining with x into x is x square plus 2 into 4 is 8 equals this equal sign 6 minus x whole thing into 2. So you are remaining with this. So I'll do a simplification at the top. X square plus 8 equals 2 into 6 is 12 and 2 into minus 6 is minus 2x. I have made a mistake. So 2x into 6 is 12x. 2x into minus x is minus 2x square. Take this minus 2x square to this side and it becomes plus 2x square. So plus 2x square, and this 12 to this side minus 12x, and this 2 plus x square plus 8 equals 0. 2x square plus x square is 3x square, minus 12x, only minus 12x is there, so minus 12x plus 8 equals 0. So what are our a and b values? A is equal to minus 12, the coefficient of x, and b is equal to plus 8. So a is equal to minus 12 and b is equal to plus 8. These are the two answers. Fourth question. This is area, volume, mainly volume. So this question we are going to look at is 4 marks. So listen carefully. Fourth one, part A. So volume of a sphere is given, surface area of a sphere is given. The diagram. The diagram shows a solid formed by forming a cylinder and a hemisphere. Hemisphere is, this is the sphere. Hemisphere is half of the sphere. Hope everyone knows that. The diameter of the cylinder is 9 cm. So the diameter of the cylinder is 9 cm. 9 cm. And the height is 16 centimeters. Height is 16 centimeters. Part 1. A. The volume of the hemisphere is equal to the volume of the cylinder. This is the main point. Volume of the hemisphere equals the volume of the cylinder. Volume of the hemisphere equals the volume of the cylinder. So volume of the hemisphere. Now what they have given is for the volume of the sphere. What they have given in the question is the volume of the sphere. So to get the volume of the hemisphere, you should multiply this by half. Half into 4 divided by 3 pi r cube equals the volume of the cylinder is the area, cross-sectional area into the height. So cross-sectional area we can find as pi r square and the height as h. So these are the two equations. Equation to calculate the volume of a cylinder and hemisphere. So show that the radius of the hemisphere is 7.86, correct to 2 decimal places. So the question is to show this length is 7.86 centimeters. That's our question. So we'll apply the values now. Hemisphere, this r should be calculated. Half into 4 divided by 3 pi r cube equals pi r is, now what they have given in the cylinder is 9 cm. But what we need is the radius. 9 divided by 2, without writing 9 over 2, we will write it as 4.5. 4.5. So radius is 4.5 square into h is 16. The terms getting cut are 5 and 5 will get cancelled off. 2 and 4. So the remaining is 4.5 square into 16 into 2/3 r cubed. Cross multiply this 3 to the opposite side. So when you cross multiply 2 divided by 3 r square r cubed equals, I'll cross multiply straight away write it. So 3 into 4.5 square into 16, divide both sides by 2. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. R cube equals 3 into 4.5 square into 16 divided by 2. This 2 and this 16 will get cancelled. So 8 would be the answer. Then whole thing cube root. The whole thing cube root. So when you cube root, this to the power 3 and this will get cancelled. So when you see, straight away put this in the calculator. Straight away put this in the calculator. 3 into 4.5 square into 8. Straight away put it in the calculator and get the answer. You will be getting the answer as 7.86 centimeters. 7.86 centimeters. Fourth question, part B. Part A, Roman numeral 2. So calculate the total surface area of the solid. So we have the solid. We'll mark this side as 1. This surface, the round surface, as 2, and this surface as 3, and the bottom surface of the hemisphere as 4. So we can calculate each one by one and add them together at the end. So for first one, we'll calculate the area. Area equals, is just a circle, so pi r square. This whole radius is 9 centimeters, whole diameter is 9 centimeters, so the radius is 4.5. Pi into 4.5 square. Leave your answer in this form, 4.5 square pi. Leave it like this for the moment. So finally we can have an accurate answer. So area number 2. Now this area of the cylinder, just see, when you expand this area, you will be getting something like this. You will be getting something like this when you expand it. This would be the height, 16 centimeters. And what would this be? This distance would be the circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. So 2 into pi into r is 4.5. 4.5. And so we calculated the circumference. This is 9 pi. So this is 9 pi. 9 pi into 16. Area equals, this is circumference. Area equals 9 pi into 16. pi. So area number 2 is 144 pi. Area number 3. Now this whole area of the hemisphere should be subtracted from the cylinder's area. cross-sectional area. So number 3. We'll calculate the whole area. We found this earlier, 7.86 centimeters. So we can apply area equals 7.5 into r square is 7.86 square. You can leave your answer like this. But this is the total area. You should subtract this area. So that area is 4.5 square pi. We calculated as 1. So this area pi minus 4.5 square pi. So this is the area number 3. Area number 4, they have given as surface area of a sphere. Again, keep in mind surface area of a sphere is the full circle, but what we need is half of that. So area equals half into 4 pi r square. This 2 and this 4 will get cancelled. So 2 pi r square. 2 into pi into r is 7.86 square, which is equal to, you can leave it like this and then add the final answers. So we'll take this as the final answer. Now all together add them all together. This area, whole thing, and this area, the whole thing. Put brackets and add, then it will be easy. So total surface area is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 1 is 4.5 square pi, 4.5 square pi plus 2 is 144 pi, 144 pi plus 3 is this whole thing. Make sure you put in brackets. 7.86 square pi minus 4.5 square pi plus area number 4 is this whole thing. Put it in brackets. 2 into pi into 7.86 square. So use the calculator to add them. So it will be getting the final answers 1034. They are asking the value, they won't ask for decimal places. So you can read it like this: centimeter square. Part B, final part of the question. Part B, a different solid is in shape of a cuboid. The cuboid measures 8 centimeters into 4 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So the cuboid, the lengths they have given. These measurements are given to correct to the nearest centimeter. Now when they give this nearest centimeter, make sure you write 1 centimeter divided by 2 and get the boundary addition and subtraction. So this is the thing which we should use to calculate the lower bound. Calculate the lower bound of the volume of the cuboid. So these are the 8 lengths. to calculate the lower bound, we'll subtract everything by 0.5. 8 centimeters minus 0.5 is 7.5 centimeter into 4 minus 0.5 is 3.5 centimeter into 6 minus 0.5 is 5.5 centimeter. Always in this lower bound and upper bound question, they will be giving to nearest what. So you should use that and get this. So then this would be 144.38 centimeter cube. They asked the volume. Fifth question. Part A. Geeta has n number of stamps. Ravi has twice as many stamps as Geeta. Ravi has twice the number of stamps as Geeta, 2n. Sanjay has 7 fewer stamps than Ravi. Sanjay has 7 less than Ravi. Ravi is having a total of 2n and less minus 7. Altogether, the 3 children have 108 stamps. So the addition is 108. The total number of stamps. So form an equation in n and solve it to find the number of stamps Sanjay has. Sanjay has, we should calculate. So we'll add the total n plus Ravi 2n plus Sanjay 2n minus 7 equals 108. Take minus 7 to this side, it will be plus 7. N plus 2n 3n plus 2n 5n. 108 plus 7 is 115 equals 5n. Divide both sides by 5. 5 and 5 will get cancelled. The number of stamps is n is equal to 23. N is equal to 23. But to find Sanjay's number of stamps, you should multiply the n value by 2 and minus 7. 2 into 23 brackets minus 7. This is for Sanjay. So getting the answer as 39. Fifth question, part B. Simplify 60 square v cube. 60 square v cube divided by 5. Whole thing divided by 3t square over v square. So you know, to remove this division sign, you should reciprocal. Reciprocally means taking this up and putting the down one up. Taking the top one to the bottom one to the top. So 6t square v cube divided by 5 into v square divided by 3t square. So this t square and this t square will get cancelled. This 3 will get cancelled. So 2. So we will be having the final answer as 2v square divided by 5. Part C. Simplify x square minus 16 whole thing divided by 3x square plus 10x minus 8. So x square minus 16 can be written like this. 16 is 4 square. So x square minus 4 square. You can write this expanding x minus 4 x plus 4. You should always keep this in mind, the expansion, and when you simplify this you will be getting this. So 3x square plus 10x minus 8. 3x square plus 10x minus 8. To get the factors of this, we should multiply 3 by 8. 3 by 8 is 24. And see 3 into minus 8, so minus 24. Now, what are the multiples of minus 24 to get plus 10? So, some multiples are 6 into 4. Or else 12 into 2. What is the best multiple? 6 into 4 can be used, but the best thing is 12 into 2. 12 into minus 2. 12 into minus 2 is minus 24. 12 minus 2 is plus 10. So we'll write it 3x square plus 12x minus 2x minus 8. Now we'll put brackets and take the factors out. 3, x can be taken out. Remaining is x plus 12 divided by 3 is 4. Minus 2 is taken out. X plus 4. Always remember, keep in mind, this term and this term, this term and this term should be equal. If those are equal, your calculation is correct. So now, write x plus 4, the equal term, into 3x minus 2. Now write it like this. So this thing is equal to this, and this thing is equal to this. So write it. X minus 4 brackets x plus 4 whole thing divided by x plus 4 3x minus 2. So x plus 4 and x plus 4 will be cancelled. So the final answer is x minus 4 whole thing divided by 3x minus 2. This is your final answer. Moving on to the sixth question. So this is functions related. Fx equals 4 2 minus x. This is the first function, and function gx equals 7 minus 3 over 5 x. 7 minus 3 over 5 x. Part A, find f minus within brackets minus. So this is easy. Just substitute this x, the places where x is minus 5. So 4 2 minus, substitute minus 5. Within brackets minus 5. 4 2 minus minus plus 5. 4 2 plus 5 is 7 into 7. So 4 into 7 is 28. Part B. Solve the inequality fx greater than 3. Now don't get confused with this. Consider this as equal and just continue with the sum. Now seeing this inequality sign, don't get scared. imagine this as equal and continue the sum. So substitute, now we should find the x value. So fx equals this, right? So you can substitute it here. So for 2 minus x greater than, divide both sides by 4. Similarly, like equal sign, nothing different. So 2 minus x is equal is 3 divided by 4. You can take the whole minus x to this side and 3 or 4 this side. So if you take it like that, you are getting 2 minus 3 over 4 equal to symbol plus x. So when you substitute this, so solve this, you are getting 5 over 4. This is your final answer. Part C is to find the inverse. Part C is to find the inverse. So we add our functions fx as. So we have our two functions. What we need to find is the inverse of the fx function. Right? Y equals, without using this fx, put y equals 4 2 minus x. Just write it as without this fx, y equals 4 brackets 2 minus x. Next step is to interchange the value, the x and y. So put x here and put y here. X equals 4 2 minus y. This is the easiest method, interchanging and substituting the y value. So divide both sides by 4. Now we should substitute the y value. 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So x over 4 is equal to 2 minus y. You can take the y this side and the whole x over 4 term to the other side. So take y to this side, it will become plus y. 2. Take whole x over 4 term to the other side, it will become minus x divided by 4. So this is the final inverse value. You can write it like this, or you can write it f inverse equals 2 minus x divided by 4. Part D. Part D. So question number 6, part D. We have the question f function f within brackets p equals function g within brackets 2p plus 1. Now what is inside the brackets should be substituted. So now p is inside the brackets. P should be substituted to function f. 4 within brackets 2 minus, without putting x, or put what is inside the brackets, p equals, now take the whole term as x. Take the whole term as x and substitute it here. So g function 7 minus 3 divided by 5 into whole thing 2p plus 1. To remove this denominator, 5 will multiply the whole equation by 5. Will multiply the whole equation by 5. So 4 into 2 brackets 2 minus p into 5 equals 7 into 5 minus 3 over 5 brackets 2p plus 1 into 5. So this 5 and 5 will get cancelled. Now we have no denominators. So 5 into 4 is 20. 2 minus p equals 7 into 5 is 35. Now minus 3 into 2p is minus 6p. Minus 3 into plus 1 is minus 3. So we'll expand this bracket now. 20 into 2 is 40 minus 20p equals 35 minus 3 is 32 minus 6p. So our question is to find the value of p. So then we'll take everything to all the p terms to the left hand side. So when we take all the p terms to the left hand side, this minus 6p comes to this side as plus 6p. 6p minus 20p. So 32, I'll take this 40 to the other side, it becomes minus 40. So 6p minus 20p is 14p equals 32 minus 40 is minus 8. This is minus 14. So now divide both sides by 14. Divide both sides by minus 14. So this minus 14 and this minus 14 will get cancelled. This minus and minus will get cancelled. So we have the final answer as P is equal to, you can cut 8 by 2, so 4, and 14 by 2 is 7. So the final answer is 4 divided by 7. P is equal to 4 divided by 7. So the seventh question. We have a regular polygon. The diagram shows part of and inside the regular polygon A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So this is a regular polygon. I haven't drawn it regularly. So DCF equals 24 and CFE equals 24. Find the n value. Find the number of sides of this polygon. So Roman numeral 1. Part A, Roman numeral 1. Now to find the number of sides, we should know the exterior angle. Now what is meant by the exterior angle is like this. When you draw a straight line, the angle between is called the exterior angle. So this is the exterior angle. Now you can see this and this is parallel. This line and this line is parallel. So what is this angle? It's 24. How did I get it? It's alternate angle. This angle is equal to this angle. So you know the exterior angle now. The formula is number of sides equal 360 divided by exterior angle. Exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by 24. So I get the final answer as 15 sides. Roman numeral 2. Find HGF. HGF. So HGF is HGF. Meaning this angle. Now what is this triangle? Two sides are equal in this triangle. See? Two sides are equal in this triangle. So this is an isosceles triangle with two sides equal. So to get this, so the question is HFG. We should calculate HFG, not this, but this. We should calculate this. So before First of all, we should get the total interior angle, the sum of the total interior angle. So the formula is for that, total interior angle equals 180 into n minus 2. So 180, n is 15, we calculated earlier it as 15 into 15 minus 2. So when you straight away put it in the calculator, you are getting that answer as 2340 degrees. Now this 2340 degrees is the total value of the addition of these angles, total interior angles. So to get one angle, we should divide it by the number of sides, which is 15. Divide 2340 by the number of sides to get one angle. So that is 156 degrees. So now this FGH is equal to 156 degrees. So now we know this is an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, and we'll take this as 156. This is G, this is F, and this is H. So if this is X, this is also X, right? So we'll put this in the formula X plus 156 is equal to 180. Take 156 to this side and add X and X. So 2X equals 180 minus 156 is 24. Divide both sides by 2. You are getting X as 12. That is the value of this angle, GFH. 12 is the answer. So 7th question, part B. We have another parallelogram. So PQRS is a parallelogram. TU and SQ intersects at X, and TU is parallel to QR. TU is parallel to QR. So we know that TU is also parallel to PS. So they have another relationship as TQ divided by PT is equal to UR divided by SU, which is half. So PT to TQ ratio is, this is 2:1, and then UR to SU, UR to SU is also 1, 2:1. Roman numeral 1. Show that the triangle PQS is similar to triangle TQX. Give a reason for each statement you make. So we should make angle this equal to this. So what is this whole SQP? The whole, now this is 2:3. So what is the total of this? The QP length is 3 and QT length is 1. So this is 3 and this is 1. So this is P, Q and S. This is X, T and Q. Similarly, if we take, now see, if we take this as 1, this as 1, So if we take this as 1, this is 2, so altogether it's 3. Now what they ask is to show they are similar. So now this angle is similar, is common for both triangles, right? For PQS and PQX is common. So we can write first statement. This is not required for the moment. So we can write the first statement. PQS equals PQX, since it's common. You should write the reason as well. So you know, now these lines are parallel lines. These lines are parallel lines. If this angle is Z, then this angle is also Z. What's the reason? Because it's corresponding. See? These two are parallel and these two angles are equal. So we can write PSQ is equal to TXQ. TXQ. What is the reason? Corresponding angles. Then what is remaining is this angle. Similarly, if this is Y, this is also Y. Y is that corresponding angle because these are parallel lines. So SPQ is equal to T, XPQ is equal to XPQ. SPQ. Corresponding angle. So write the final statement. Hence PQS, triangle PQS is equal to triangle TQ. Without any equal, write similar to triangle TQS. Then Roman numeral 2. They ask the ratio between SX to SQ. SX to SQ. So if we now this is 2:1. This is divided between 2:1. Now altogether there are 3 parts. So this again can be divided by half, right? So this is a 1 point, 1 point, and 1 point. So altogether it makes 3. Now if I draw a dotted line like this, exactly from the center, a dotted line exactly from the center, which is parallel to the other lines. Now you can see again it divides into equal 3 parts, right? Again it divides into equal 3 parts. So this is 1 part and another 1 part and another 1 part. So SQ altogether is 3 and SX is 2. SX contains 2 parts and SQ contains 3 parts. So what's the ratio? 2:3. You can see SQ 3 parts and SX 2 parts. So this is the ratio. So 7th question, part B, Roman numeral 3. Now find the ratio of area triangle TQX to parallelogram PQRS. Best thing is to get the ratio and square it. So TQX is the small triangle, this small triangle, and PQRS is the big parallelogram. So now this PQRS contains two triangles. See, you can see for yourself, it contains two triangles. So I'll write TQX is two triangles, means I'll take this triangle. SPQ into 2 because similar congruent triangles, so it is into 2. You can either use SRQ or SPQ. So this parallelogram, when you divide it, it is already been divided with the line SQ, so it contains equal two triangles. So now earlier we found out the relationship as this thing is 2 is to the whole thing is 3. So before that we'll draw this two triangles. This is the larger triangle, this is the smaller triangle. So this is S, P and Q. This is X, P and Q. So X, this whole length, which is having 3 parts, is equal to 3, and this is 1. And this, so we can use that 1 ratio is enough to calculate the area since we are squaring it. So TQX 1 and PQS is 3. For the moment, omit this 2 and square both sides. So we are getting 1 is to 9. Now put this 2. Now we got the area of one triangle as 9, I mean the ratio, and the small triangle as 1. Now for the parallelogram, there are two big triangles, so multiply it by 2. So we are getting the answer as 1 is to 18. This is the ratio. If you can't understand this question, you can ask me anytime. You can privately message me and ask. Question number 8. Question number 8. Part A. H is the point minus 7, 4. H is minus 7, 4. And Hj is Hj equals 10 minus 6. Calculate Roman numeral 1. Calculate the magnitude of Hj. What they ask is the magnitude. Hj magnitude. So to calculate the magnitude, you should something like Pythagoras theorem is happening here. So 10 square minus 6 square, everything square root. 10 square plus minus 6 square, whole thing square root. So this is how to calculate the magnitude. So 10 square is 100, minus 6 square, minus into minus is plus, 36, whole thing square root. So I get the final answer as 11.7. 11.7. So Roman numeral 2. Roman numeral 2. Given that HK, now K is a new point, HK is equal to 3 times the vector given hj. So now to calculate hk. Hk is, now what is OH? OH is -7 and 4. -7. So to calculate is OK. We don't know OK. K point we don't know. So we'll take it as x and y. OK, we'll take it as x and y. Now HK is HO plus OK. HO plus OK. So HO, now this is OH. HO, to get HO you should multiply this by -1. So minus into -7 and 4 plus OK is x and y. So minus into -7 is +7 and minus into +4 is -4 plus x and y. Now we'll go to our question. So now we know what's the hk value is this. This is hk. So now we can substitute. hk is alright, hk equals 3 times h. So hk is 7 minus 4 plus x and y equals 3 times what is given 10 and -6. So write the Sj vector now, 10 and -6. First multiply, 3 into 10 is 30 and 3 into -6 is -18 and 7 minus 4 plus x and y. Now vectors are addition and subtraction. So you can take 7 and -4, take it to this side, it will become, the whole thing will become minus x y equals 30 minus 18. Take this whole thing to this side, it will become minus 7 and -4. It's just simple addition and subtraction. So 30 minus 7 is 23. Minus 18 minus -4 is -14. So this is our final answer. Final answers of x and y. So this is equal to our question point K. This is equal to point K. So then 8th question part B. We have a parallelogram. So we have the parallelogram. So O to A is P and OE is Q. AD is parallel to AD is parallel to OE and OA and OA and OA and OB. Sorry, OA and AB. OA and AB is 1:3 ratio. OA and AB is 1:3 ratio. So x is a point on BC such that bx is to xc is 3 is to 2. So if we take like the total of the OB is equal to 4. Total is equal to 4. And this total is equal to 5. This total is equal to 5. There are 5 parts between B and X. 3 parts are there, and X and C there are 2 parts. In here between O and A there is 1 part, and O and B there A and B there are 3 parts. Altogether there are 4 parts. So OE is equal to Q. So BC is also equal to Q. Now this all 5 parts is equal to Q. The whole 5 parts is equal to, but see, look at here. 1 part is equal to P, and there are 4 parts. So this is equal to 4 parts are equal to 4P. So then this I do 4P. 1 part is P, and there are 3 parts here at AB. So P, 2P, 3P and 4P. Total is equal to 4P. Roman numeral 1. Express as simply as possible in terms of P and OQ. So OC, we should first express OC in terms of P and Q. So OC is O to C is equal to O to B plus B to C. O to B plus B to C. What is O to B? O to B, we know the full thing as 4P. O to B, the full thing is 4P. So 4P plus B to C, we know the full thing. See, the total 5 parts are equal to Q. So B to C is equal to Q. Since O and E is parallel to C and B, if this is Q, this also should be Q. So this is the answer. Then Roman numeral 2. AX. For AX, A to B, B to X. A to B plus B to X. Now A to B we know as 1 part is P, and there are 3 parts here. Within A and B there are 3 parts. So 3P. Now look carefully. The total is equal to 5. Total is equal to 5. But what we need is from B to X only 3 parts. So 3 divided by 5. Q. Total is equal to 5Q. The total 5 parts are equal to Q. Now the total is equal to 5Q. The total 5 parts are equal to Q. So 3 parts, it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this whole thing is equal to Q. Now we need only 3 parts from B to X. We need is only 3 parts until here. So there are, the whole thing is 5 parts are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we need from 5 is only 3. 1, 2, 3. So 5, 3 divided by 5, Q. So this is the final answer of AX. Then EX. Roman numeral 3 is EX. EX is E to C, C to X. E to C, plus C to X. Now E to C is positive. The total thing is 4p. The total thing is 4p. Now see, we are taking Q upwards, but this we are traveling downwards. So it should be negative. And see, this is out of the 5 parts, only 2 parts are being taken. Only 2 parts are going down. So it is 2 divided by minus 2 divided by 5Q. This is your answer for part 3. So we are in the 9th question now. So there's a triangle. In triangle ABC, AC equals 6.4 centimeters, BC equals 9.5 centimeters, and BAC equals 79 degrees. So, part A, Roman numeral 1. Calculate ABC. What they want is ABC. So ABC, now at this point, you should make use of the sine rule. Sine rule is this. If you have a triangle, take this as A, this as B, and this as C. And get this point as A, length as A, this length as B, and this length as C. Capital C, capital A, and capital B are the lengths, and simple A is the angles, B, C are angles. So you can build the sine rule, sine A, sine simple A, divided by the opposite length, which is A, capital A, equals sine B divided by the opposite length is capital B is equal to sine C divided by the opposite length is capital C. So this is our sine rule, what we should use at this question. So now ABC is this. I labeled it as theta. So 79 and the opposite length is given. So we can use that, and we can use this also. Length 6.4. So I can build the sine relationship. Sine 79 divided by opposite length is 9.5, which is equal to sine theta divided by opposite length is 6.4. Cross multiply 6.4 this side. So you are getting the answer as sine 79 into 6.4 whole thing divided by 9.5. Inverse, now this is equal to sine theta. Typing this, you can straight away put inverse, get that answer and put the inverse sign, sine inverse. So then you are getting the angle of theta. That is equal to 41.39. 41.39 or 41.4 theta. So Roman numeral 2, calculate the area of the triangle ABC. Now to calculate the angle, we'll use this angle. Now we know this angle as 41.4 and this as 79. We'll mark it 41.4 and we'll put theta here and get that angle. 79 plus 41.4 into plus theta equals 180. This Roman numeral 41.4 plus 79 plus theta is equal to 180. 41.4 and 79, add them and take it to the other side. It will become minus. So theta is equal to 59.61. 59.6. Nearest one decimal place. So the rule of calculating the area of an angle is this. When you have the triangle, this length I will mark as A and this length as B and this angle as C. So the equation is, according to this, half into area equals half into area equals half into A into length A into length B into sine C angle. So this is the theory behind it. So we know this angle as 59.6. 59.6. So you have A, B, C. I'll write A bigger. A, B, C. As the pyramid, as the base of the pyramid. BD equals 9.8 centimeters. CD equals 8.2 centimeters. BAD and BAC are 90 degrees. Calculate BTC. What they need is Roman numeral 1, B, DC, BDC. So for this we should use the cos rule. Using the cos rule, it's like this. If you have a triangle and that is A, B and C, this angle theta. So cos rule is mainly to find this length. So C square equals A square plus B square. A square plus B square minus 2 into A into B into cos theta. A into B into cos theta. This is the cos rule. So now what? Better to substitute cos theta, since if not it will get complicated. So if you are writing the equation for cos theta is equal to A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2AB. Using this formula would give you simple simplifications rather than using this. So better to use this. BDC. So cos BDC, this angle should be found. I'll put theta here. Cos theta equals 9.8 square plus 8.2 square. 9.8 square plus 8.2 square, and the opposite angle as minus 9.5 square divided by 2 into the either side's length. 2 into 9.8 into 8.2. Whole thing cos inverse. Straight away put it in the calc and get the answer for theta as 62.97. 62.97 degrees. So Roman numeral 2, they ask the calculate the angle of elevation from D from C. D from C. Make sure always when they are given something like this to start from the last letter. So we should start from C. This side I'll draw the 2D shape here. It's like this. This is A, this is C, and this is D. This 90 degrees. And the angle of elevation from D from C is C to D. So this is the angle of elevation. Now this length we know as 8.2 and this length we know it as 6.4. It is given in the question 6.4. So we can use SOHCAHTOA over. We should use cos. If we take this angle as theta, adjacent is given and hypotenuse is given and the adjacent is given. Adjacent and hypotenuse. So according to SOHCAHTOA over, we should use this. Cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 6.4. Hypotenuse is 8.2. Put it in the calculator and inverse it. So you are getting the final answer as 38 point theta equals angle of elevation 38.69. 38.69 degrees. So knowing this angle as 59.6, we can apply this formula. Area equals half into this length 9.5 into this length 6.4 into the middle sine angle into sine 59.6. So when you put it straight away in the calculator, you're getting the answer as 26.2 centimeter square. So line question part B. The diagram. So this is the diagram. The same triangle ABC forms the horizontal base. So we are in the final question now, the 10th question. With this we are done with the paper. So 10th question. Amira drives 40 kilometers to work. Part A. Amira takes X minutes to drive the first 30 kilometers of the journey. So we'll draw the first 30 kilometers of the journey. It's something like this. And this is 0 kilometers. This is 30 kilometers. And she takes X minutes. So show that her average speed in kilometers per hour. For the first 30 kilometers of the journey is 1800 over X. So first question, average speed is equal to distance divided by time. So distance we know as 30 kilometers. 30 kilometers. Now what we have, the time is in minutes, but what they want is in hours. To convert minutes to hours, we should divide by 60. We should divide by 60. From hours to minutes, we should multiply by 60. So divide x by 60 hours. So when you divide this goes up. When you reciprocally, this goes up. So when it goes up, it becomes multiplication. So 30 into 60 divided by x. So the final answer is 30 into 60 is 1800 divided by x, kilometers per hour. This is our final answer. Part B of the 10th question. Amira's average speed in kilometers per hour for the final 10 kilometers. Her total journey is 40. This is for the first 30, and for the rest till 40 kilometers. Her average speed is 600. Average speed is 600 divided by x minus 25. X minus 25. This is the average speed. Her average speed, now this statement is really important. Her average speed for the first 30 kilometers of the journey is 8 kilometers slower than her average speed for the final 10 kilometers. So what they mean is, for the first 30 kilometers, her average speed is, for the first 30, her average speed is 8 less than her second, for the 10 kilometers average speed. So if you take this average speed as 18, this average speed is 10. That is what they mean here. If this average speed is, another example, if this average speed will take as 15, so for the first 30 kilometers, her average speed is 15 kilometers per hour. And they are telling for her second, from 30 to 40, she travels 10 less, 10 kilometers per hour less. So what is the speed? 5 kilometers per hour. Similarly, they are telling her average speed for the first 30 kilometers of the journey is 8 kilometers per hour slower than her average speed for the final 10 kilometers. So this is the average speed for the 10 kilometers, final 10 kilometers. That average speed is 8 less than minus 8 than the average speed for the first 30 kilometers. This is the point you should catch. Then they are telling, form an equation in x and show that it simplifies to x square plus 125x minus 5625 equals 0. So we should simplify this and obtain a quadratic equation. So the best thing to do is multiply the whole equation by this LCM. Now keep in mind, under this 8 there is always 1. So what is the LCM of x minus 25? 1 and x. It's x into x minus 25. 1 is not required. So x minus 25 into x, this is the LCM. So multiply the whole equation by that. So 600 divided by x minus 25 into this, into x minus 25 minus 8 into this whole thing, x into x minus 25 equals 1800 divided by x into x minus 25, x into x minus 25, into x minus 25. So now you can cut the terms. This whole x minus 25 will get cut with this. There are no terms to cut here. And this x will get cut with this x. So you are remaining with 600x, 600 into x, 600x minus, we'll straight away expand this, minus 18x into x is minus 8x square. This into this is minus 8x square. Then minus 80 to minus 25 is, you can use the calculator and get that value, minus 80 to minus 25 is plus 200 plus 200 equal 8x into minus 25 is 200x equal mark and 1800 into x minus 25. 1800 into x minus 25 is 1800 into x is 1800x into 1800 into minus 25 is minus 45,000. Minus 45,000 is minus 45,000. So you can take all the terms, take all these terms to this side. So when you take all the terms to that side, you are getting 200x and 600x will become 800x. First we simplify. 800x minus 8x square equals 1800 minus 45,000. You can take so I'll be writing the simplification at the top. I'll be taking minus 8x square to this side. Minus 8x square, when we take it to this side, it becomes plus 8x square. And this 800x to this side, it becomes minus 800 plus 800 minus 800. 800x. So this is plus 1800 x minus 45,000 equals 0. So I took all the terms to the right hand side. So you can simplify this. 0 equals 8x square minus 800x plus 1800 would be 1000x minus 45,000. Now look at the question. What they asked the equation to prove is this. This is the equation they asked to prove. X square plus 125x minus 5625 equals 0. This is the equation they asked to prove. So the best thing to do is to convert this to this. See now this, the coefficient of x is 1, but here is 8. So divide the whole equation by 8. Divide this by 8, divide this by 8, divide this by 8. If when you divide 0 by 8, it's 0. So when you divide it, 8 and 8 will get cancelled, 8 and 125, 8 will get cancelled, 5,625. So you can write your final answer as 0 equals 8x square, x square plus 125x minus 5,625 minus 5625. So we proved the equation. Now dividing everything by 8, you should give the whole equation the similar treatment. That is how, or else you can't make just multiply these two terms and not multiply this, or divide these two and not divide this. You should give the whole equation a similar treatment. Keep that in mind. So part C, we have an equation which we proved in part B. So in part C they are asking, solve this equation, show your working and give each answer to correct to one decimal place. So you should use the formula method. The formula is x equals minus b plus or minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 14 divided by 2a. This is the formula. So what is ABC here? ABC is equal to, you should always keep in mind there is 1 here. So A is equal to 1, B is equal to 125, B equals 125, and C equals minus 5625. C is equal to minus 5625. So now we'll apply to the formula. X equals minus b is minus 125. Put brackets. If in case if the b value is a minus value, minus will become plus. So always put brackets. Square root. Put brackets 125 square minus 4 into a is 1 into c is minus 5625. Whole thing divided by 2a, a is 1. 2 into 1. So we'll simplify this. So simplify this. I'll simplify it here. Minus 125 plus or minus. So put this whole thing in the calculator. Put this whole thing in the calculator and you are getting a certain answer as 25 into root 61. Since you are using the calculator, make use of it properly. So divided by 2 into 1 is 2. So x equals, that is the formula we built up. Now we'll, for separately plus, we'll solve it. X equals minus 125 plus 25 root 61 divided by 2. So when you simplify this, use the calculator, straight away put it and get the answer. So you're getting the answer as 35.1 to 1 dB 35.1. I'll erase this and write it here for minus. And when I apply it for minus 125 minus 25 into root 61 divided by 2. So for this we're getting the answer as minus 160 minus 160.1. Minus 160.1. So these are the two answers, plus 35.1 and minus 160.1. So 10th question, part D. It takes Amira 25 minutes less to drive the final 10 kilometers than it takes for the first 30 kilometers. So then the first 30 kilometers, she has taken 25 is less to travel the last 10 kilometers. So what is this time period? It's x minus 25. Since she has taken 25 is less than the first 30 kilometers. So x minus 25 minutes. Calculate Amira's average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. So to calculate the average speed, you should keep this in mind. Average speed equals total distance divided by total time. So what is the total distance here? From 0 to 40 kilometers, journey is starting from 0 and up to 40. So the total distance is 40. They are asking in kilometers per hour. So the total distance is 40 kilometers divided by what is the total time for both. Until from 0 to 30 she has taken x minutes, and from 30 to 40 she has taken x minus 25 minutes. So this in kilometers. So the total is the addition of these two, x plus x minus 25. This is in minutes. As I told earlier, to convert minutes to hours, you should divide the whole thing by 60. So divide the whole thing by 60. Now this is hours. So then simplify this. 2x minus 25. This 60 goes up. When you reciprocate, this 60 goes up and it becomes 40 into 60 divided by x plus x is 2x minus 20 minus 25. Now they are asking a whole value, a numerical value. Now earlier, can you remember, we calculated from the equation two x values as 35.1 plus 35.1 and x equals minus 160.1. Now the two values we calculated is the time. So time can't be negative, right? Time should always be positive. So this minus 160 should be removed. So the actual answer is 35.1 plus 35.1. So now to get the total full answer, we should substitute this 35.1 to this x. 40 into 60 divided by 2 into x is 35.1, 35.1 minus 25. So this is equal to 53.097. 53.097 kilometers per hour. So this is the final answer. So in this part, we are done with the paper.